Ik weet dat we al gerekend op een nieuwe ontwikkeling, maar sommige hebben de kwaliteitscontrole niet doorstaan. We moeten het team vertellen dat ze opnieuw moeten ontwikkelen via het R&D-scherm. We hadden eerder deze week een groot probleem in de productielijn, dus het volledige ontwikkelingspakket voor dit weekend is mislukt. Er moet herontwikkeling besteld worden via het R&D-scherm.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves once again of our top three: Hamilton, Verstappen, and Sergio Perez. With qualifying wrapped up now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Perez, Russell, Leclerc, Sainz, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Ace, Ocon, Bottas, Gasly, Oscar Piastri, Stroll, Joe, Hulkenberg, Albon, Théo Pourchaire, Tsunoda, Magnussen, De Vries, and Logan Sargent. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. Here we go then, the formation lap is underway ahead of today's sprint.
The record for the most cars in an F1 race was achieved at the 1953 German Grand Prix, 34 cars. The race was
As all the cars take their positions on the grid, the final preparations have been made, and all that's left is for the drivers to deliver on track.
on the MG UK. To manage this, we're going to need to lower our ERS deployment mode. Okay, the start was fine. Let's try and move forward. Okay, we've lost a position. That's us down a place. And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining. Give that place back, I'm afraid that was an illegal overtake. Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Let's have a look then at the driver's standings. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. With the sprint wrapped up, we now have our grid line up for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race. Welcome from the beautiful Styrian Mountains for another chapter in the story of the Austrian Grand Prix. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Leclerc, Hamilton, Norris, Fernando Alonso, ace. Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Bottas, Gasly, Joe, Ocon, Stroll, Hulkenberg, Albon, Tsunoda, Magnussen, Théo Pourchaire, De Vries, and Logan Sargent. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. It's
Well, the start of
the formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. So as all the cars reform the grids, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
Hello to everyone here and welcome. And a special shout out.
Somewhere on the MG UK. To manage this, we're going to need to lower our ERS deployment mode. Okay, gap ahead is 3.2 seconds. Trying to keep focus. Now we're boxing this lap. Okay, there seems to have been a problem removing the right front wheel. We need to try and put that behind us, and let's finish this race as strong as possible. Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres. Car ahead's coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium tyres. And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Smiling faces on the pit wall then after that superb win here in Spielberg. And rightly so. A brilliant effort from the whole team. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Here come our winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. So let's review the updated driver standings. Well, it wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Max Verstappen seemed to just effortlessly weave through the other drivers today without a care in the world. He was definitely my driver of choice.
Let's move on to the constructors. It was a tough race for our championship leaders, who lose ground at the top of the table. Meanwhile, good work from the owner-drivers team this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.